Well, this morning, a prostitution scandal in the Drug Enforcement Administration is prompting calls to clean house. Agents are accused of attending sex parties funded by drug cartels. The parties allegedly took place between 2005 and 2008, but investigators only found out years later. Chip Reed is outside the Justice Department in Washington with details of the new Inspector General report. Chip, good morning.
Well, good morning. The report looks into numerous allegations of sexual harassment and sexual misconduct at the 4 law enforcement agencies that belong to the Department of Justice. But the allegation that's getting all the attention is that DEA agents had sex parties with Colombian prostitutes over a period of years. The report says DEA agents attending sex parties in Colombia should have known the prostitutes in attendance were paid with cartel funds, the same drug cartels the officers were supposed to be fighting. To make matters worse, most of the sex parties occurred in government-leased quarters where agents' laptops and BlackBerry devices were present, potentially exposing them to extortion, blackmail, or coercion.
This report demonstrates that the DEA and others, they are engaging in activity that puts our national security at risk.
The report even says that a foreign officer allegedly provided protection for the DEA agents' weapons during the parties. 10 agents were investigated and 7 admitted to DEA investigators that they participated in the sex parties. Their punishment was nothing more than suspensions, ranging from just 2 to 10 days. House Oversight Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz says that's not enough.
These people should be fired immediately. They need to be held accountable, not just given a 3-day weekend pass.
Prostitution is legal in Colombia in areas known as tolerance zones, and this is not the first time U.S. law enforcement agencies have been rocked by prostitution scandals there. 3 years ago, it was the Secret Service. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Robert Goodlatte says these bad officers can make whole agencies less effective.
There are lots of good, hardworking, dedicated people who are agents in all of these different federal law enforcement agencies, but they're all given a black eye when people are not acting responsibly.
In a written statement, the Justice Department said it already has a zero-tolerance policy on sexual harassment and sexual misconduct, and that it is now working with DEA and the other law enforcement agencies to make sure it is enforced. Gail?
All right, thank you, Chip. There's just something that seems odd about law enforcement officials and sex parties in the same sentence. Seems like it'd be easy to avoid that.
Drug enforcement agents.
Yeah, drug.
In Colombia.
Very ironic. In Colombia. Thank you, Chip.